What's going on, everyone? This is City Wrestling Radio, January 6, 2023. I'm your host, Korey Smith, being joined today by two co-hosts. One, you may know, the dad you wish you all had, Mr. Jose Ocegueda. And also, yeah, excellent. Another beautiful day, Wrestle Kingdom. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, and that's why we called in the big guns, the architect of City Wrestling Radio, the creative mind behind this entire thing 5+ years ago.
Creative mind? Creative mind. Okay, no, that's okay. You had a thing going on. I stepped all over it because I'm the architect. God damn it! No. Michael
Vergara, how are you today, sir?
I'm all right, man. It's a new year. Yes, it is. It's January 6th. You know what that means. We're storming the Capitol. No. It's good. It's good seeing you guys.
Well, you know, it's we were due for a 3-man booth at least once this year, so we get it out of the way right now. Yeah. But we got a lot to talk about today because I think it's pretty much a Game of Thrones in WWE as Vince McMahon plots his return to the Iron Throne of the board of directors. The boss, Sasha Banks, no longer Sasha Banks. Mercedes Moné has arrived to New Japan Pro Wrestling. We're going to take a look at the fallout of Wrestle Kingdom 17. And MJF lays out the gauntlet for Bryan Danielson. Can the American Dragon make it to San Francisco? We're going to talk about all that, but before we do, but my guess is yes, he will.
Come on, it's television.
Make it to. It's not like no, and then who's going to be the number one contender?
It's fucking Sean Dean because he never lost to MJF. Congratulations, Korey. We're finally going to see an AEW show in the Chase Center. It's Sean Dean versus MJF.
Anyway. But before we get into all of that, before we talk about Sean Dean's impressive main event at Revolution, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. Do all that because you love City Wrestling Radio, and I talk about algorithms like it's 2017. So go ahead, like, share, subscribe, comment down below.
All hail the algorithm.
All right, let's get into it. Vince McMahon. He's
I thought we were done with
back,
him.
Apparently,
I thought we left 2022 with him.
Not
He's walking. He was walking home. I thought. What else?
Well, he was out partying with was that John Cena's birthday party that he was seen at a couple months ago?
That dinner party. It was one of the few times he was seen in public, and he just had a V-neck shirt on. It was he was like the time you ever seen pictures of Vince McMahon anything but a suit? There's that video of him in one of the 90s recap shows, and it was he's literally just Zubaz. Everything he wears is just either a suit or a Zubaz.
No, he has that sleeveless tuxedo going on.
I mean, in the wife
sleeveless tuxedo,
the wife beater too.
You remember that when he?
No, I definitely remember
that 80s variety show.
But yeah,
but I don't think he's going to have his Zubaz on for this because another report by the Wall Street Journal just came out this week highlighting Vince McMahon's inevitable return to his position of power. Come on. It was going to happen regardless.
I'm not saying I'm surprised
in one form or another. No, not at all. But apparently he is preparing to come back to WWE to prep the company for a sale. The article states, quote, Mr. McMahon, who is the majority voting power through his ownership of WWE's Class B stock, said Thursday that he had the company, he is going to be electing himself and two former co-presidents and directors, Michelle Wilson and George Barrios, to the board, confirming an earlier Wall Street Journal report. The move to reinstate Mr. McMahon, which the board has previously rebuffed, and the others will require 3 current directors to vacate their positions. Now, like I said, in order for this to for them to become full-fledged board members, 3 seats would have to be vacated.
Nick Khan, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon. Well, I don't know if they're actual board members, but
they are.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be settled with a fatal 4-way with Vince McMahon in every corner and a Khan in a corner, and.
Do you think Laurinaitis as special guest referee?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, But this is he did express desire to return to the company back in December when he sent a letter to the board of directors. And now he pretty much has the company by the throat at this point, because he's stated that he will not approve any forthcoming media rights deals or sale of the company until he is reinstated. Michael,
this fucking guy.
What do you think? What do you think about this? This couldn't be sitting well with the roster.
I think everyone,
half of the people were.
I think everyone's in agreement that this is probably just the good old days. I remember the all 6 months of us just having a great time, and then, Dad's back home, basically.
Yeah.
It's we were all having this. It's basically a 6-month house party with your dad gone, and then now all of a sudden we have to get a new couch. We have to replace that vase, and
Well, this doesn't seem like Triple H was planning for this, because look at all the people he brought back and signed, like Dragon Lee. You were saying this earlier. You were talking about this earlier. What are his chances now in WWE?
And also the people who I don't want to step all over our New Japan talk or anything, but think about a possible Jay White, coming into WWE. What does he think about this news? Is he is he gonna just straight up just go full on in WWE, knowing that
he might not even show up? Don't count your eggs before they're hatched. He might not even get signed.
That's true. No, you're definitely right.
That's
on
exactly.
that.
No, but that's my point.
Where
it's that's going to affect the decision of anybody going, who thinks that I'm going to go to WWE because Triple H is my pal and he's going to treat me right, and then all of a sudden swoop, Vince is back. Well, how is Miro going to treat? Look at somebody like a Miro or an Andrade, where they were straight up just going out to lunch and going straight to Orlando. Now, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do now? And so, yeah, I don't want to say I'm surprised about this though.
To me, like I said, no, you're right. It's not surprising in any way, shape, or form. But Jose, Triple H and Stephanie, they had to have seen this coming, at least for some respects, right?
You would think. I think this was a Christmas announcement stuff.
You think they had Christmas dinner? They had.
They did. This is when Vince announced it. My gift to you is me returning. Collective groan at the table.
Y'all don't remember fucking Vince tried to push Stephanie out of the company when she took that sabbatical, and then a week later, after she announced she was taking a sabbatical, that there were these quote unquote reports saying that she wasn't shit.
In the back of their minds, they knew he was coming back, but I'm sure they had some rose-colored glasses on and were hoping for the best, wishing for the best, wishful thinking, right? That's why all these moves were getting done left and right.
Yeah.
But if they didn't see it coming, they should have.
And Korey, you referenced Game of Thrones, but I think everybody is referencing another HBO show, and that's Succession, where it's just everybody it's just the power, the power hungry patriarch just not willing to let go of power, and then you have all these people, all these chess pieces with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And did you guys see that Instagram post from bars, not Bleacher Report Sports, with the reporting the Vince McMahon return story, and you know who liked it? Declan McMahon, the son of Shane McMahon, Vince's big wet orange son himself. So funny.
I did what he said, that's a W or something.
He commented. All I thought he just straight up just liked it.
I thought he commented.
No,
but yeah, no, it's crazy, because at this point, this has to be a power play just to return and to his former glory. Because if he wanted to prep this company for a sale, he could help in doing this from where he's at right now. Yeah. He wouldn't be getting paid any less for the company if he was where he's at now, helping prep the company for a sale. But no, he wants to do it his way. He wants to come back to power, and he's using this as leverage to come back into power. At least in my opinion.
Isn't this the wrestling way, right? Once you retire, you're never gonna retire for sure.
Never say
You're gonna
never.
keep coming back. This is the way. That's what these guys do.
Well, isn't like the Ric Flair documentary, the one on Peacock? They're just they're talking like, well, he had that last match, but never say never.
God.
Same thing with Vince.
I mean, what was my train of thought here? Like, there's a very real possibility where Vince can just straight up just be the carny that he is and just 180 on everything that he promised for when in the event that he would take control of the company. It's like, nope, this deal's not right. We're not gonna sell. We don't have the offer that I don't like, so I'm gonna stay in power and then, do what we do best, which is to entertain you.
Well, it's all about
We make movies, pal.
Until the day he died. Well, yeah, aggressively drinking water, looking into a camera. That's kind of what I think's going on here. But in order for, I think, WWE to really succeed, they need to Stephanie, Triple H, and Nick Khan need to somehow band together and to fight this in every
And
which
throw
way
Vince
they
off
can.
a window.
And I mean, I don't
I'm
know.
not advocating violence,
I mean,
but come on now. What else? Is there anything else that has worked so far? I don't think so. No.
I mean,
sorry.
Put a cushion pad at the bottom. Here's the thing. Vince would never do. He would never ask somebody to do. He would never do himself. And I saw a commercial for WWE where somebody flew out the window. So that means he would have done it himself, right?
You see somebody fall out the window in a television commercial, like it's clear that they really legitimately do it. Like, why would television lie to us?
All right. So, Michael, when do you think Vince will be back in power?
I mean, shit like this could take like months, maybe a year. But watch, I say that, and it's like breaking news. Fucking Vince McMahon is back in January 7th.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
No.
I'll guess like around. I think we'll be hearing a lot more. It's very convenient that this is like during January, like as they're making overtures for WrestleMania, like WrestleMania season, or like Royal Rumble and all like that stuff. Who the fuck knows? He'll probably return at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He could be number 31 at the Royal Rumble.
Oh God.
The 31st entrant.
Sure, why not?
Jose, what do you think? When do you think he's going to return, or if he's going to return? Well, how do you think this is going to play out?
I'm wishful thinking. I'm hoping the guy doesn't come back. Just keep that executive role. Keep the bank rolling. But these guys, they love the spotlight, and you never say retire in the wrestling business. What we need is for Stephanie to have this guy committed. Doctor. He only talks in 80s phrases.
So you're thinking like a
goes to
Donald
sleep
Sterling
12 hours a night.
situation where like they straight up just like say this man is just unfit, like clinically, like he's like mentally unfit to run a company.
Yeah,
the
if
size
you
of
give
him.
this guy one of those mental fitness tests, he's gonna fail tremendously.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I don't know. He seems pretty in
He's
shape to
stuck in
me.
his ways. No,
He's not
he don't
athletic,
hang
but
out
he can
with him
definitely
like
pass
I
a
do.
physical.
No.
I think he's greedy as holy heck.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I think he's there competently. When he's writing stories, I think we look at it like, oh, these stories don't make any sense. This man's old and it's a crazy old man. But at the same time, I think that is completely separate than how he runs a company. I think he could still probably at least pretend like he can run a company.
Sure, but people like that have people. You know what I mean? He has people that does things for him, that can do things for him, like very experienced business people that can get shit.
Yeah, like George Barrios in his forehead.
And Michelle Wilson.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well,
Developing story.
either way, it's a developing story. Stay tuned here at City Wrestling Radio because we will be on it like
Vince
flies on
WWE. He's on it. He's on something.
Yeah. But no matter what you're on, you're paying money for it, and money is what's going around all over the world, including New Japan Pro Wrestling, because Mercedes Moné is here. Michael.
Yep.
She even spelled it wrong. It's Moan.
What?
Mercedes
Okay.
Moan.
Is there no
Okay,
T?
well, no, it's Mone.
And I don't even think there's an accent mark on the E either.
There
It
might be.
might be
It-
just because of a trademark thing. I mean, Monet is natural.
well-
I mean, you can't trademark a name. Yeah, you can. What am I saying?
Well, Mercedes Moné, despite that, she debuted for New Japan Pro Wrestling earlier this week at the Tokyo Dome after Kairi defeating Tom Nakano in what Kevin Kelly called, quote, the worst kept secret in New Japan Pro Wrestling. She came out, she posed, she hit a botched move on Kairi, and then cut kind of an awkward promo challenging her to battle in the Valley in San Jose in a few weeks.
Sold out, which is pretty much sold out. There's a
it
couple
sell
of
out now?
seats, like there's just like there's like peppered seats around the arena now. Holds like 3,000, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been there a few times. It's a nice little
Yeah.
arena. Jose, what did you think of Mercedes' debut?
I mean, lackluster, right? I love the hair, love the new outfit.
Go ahead.
A little appropriative, in the entrance, if that's a word.
I've heard like people.
I wish.
criticize her about
I
that.
wish. Yeah, I wish. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it because I don't think it's a big deal. I wish Kairi took that move better. I seen it done in practice while she was training. It looks a lot better when done right. Kairi took the bump a little bit too soon.
Juventud Guerrera took the bump way better than Kyrie.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's cool. It's a cool moment. I mean, it added a little spice to the event, right? Even though we all saw it coming.
Yeah, I mean that move I saw posted on Instagram by Tony Deppen, and it was like him and just somebody else randomly, and they were like, "This is what was supposed to happen," and it was just him and some indie wrestler. But Michael, what do you think this means for Mercedes Moné? She is in New Japan. Obviously, she's going to be free to work other companies. Do you think she's going to be showing up in AEW in anywhere else? What's going on?
Gun to my head, I'm gonna say she arrives next week in Los Angeles. I know there are people out there. Meltzer says that they are adamant that he is adamant that people of position who would know more about it say that she's not going to be in Los Angeles. She ain't going to be in AEW, and that it ain't going to be a thing because I think she's either just like her asking price is too high, and that she's not willing to commit to AEW to that certain level, and that again, like this like I said about that whole Vince McMahon story that we were talking about, like. What do you do if you are Mercedes and you hear that like the place that you left is going to become the place that you left, and so that's got to bring some level of influence to the decision making going into next Wednesday, and
any speculation of her showing up at the Rumble, out the door, no more.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I definitely her. Okay, just her debut in New Japan, to me, I still want to talk about this guy. I still have a lot of, it's just, she came out, like I said, she posed a little bit, and she was everything about Sasha Banks that I didn't like, ever. She was everything. She was every bit of smiling at the camera when somebody would say something to her. She was the ultra pose to the camera. Like, to me, I didn't like it at all. The hair, whatever. I'm not going to criticize her looks. I didn't like the hair. It reminded me of a beanie I had when I was 13. But, and then when she came out, she hit the move, whatever. Kairi didn't take it right. I can't really sit there and criticize that. But then when she cut that promo afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like to me, I was like, to me, it didn't. I don't know what she was trying to do. I don't know if she was trying to talk slower, so
to cater to the Japanese
I don't know.
audience, even though
you know what it was.
Even though like a good amount of the Tokyo Dome audience is like super not Japanese, even though there's a good amount. Like there's like
because she was even saying like, I'm Mercedes Moné, and I was just like,
it's
okay,
like talking like in a
clean this
Japanese
up.
commercial where they just like fluctuate like their English
Yeah.
words like a lot more. They emphasize like syllables and all that stuff just to make it.
Yeah,
and also
she was totally.
go ahead.
That she was totally oozing try hard energy. She was trying way too
And
hard.
it didn't help the fact that the crowd was actually kind of silent too, because I mean I don't know why. I mean like I consider Sasha Banks one of the like biggest stars in wrestling, but like having her in Japan, getting into the dome, I don't want to say there was crickets, but it was definitely more a tepid response that I thought would have that.
I mean, Japanese crowd and the Japanese crowd. You know what I mean?
They respond like to. But then like they get like a good reaction.
This wasn't very actiony. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, when her face was shown on the screen, people did have a reaction. But then when it cut to her in-ring promo, people were just kind of like, oh, okay, thanks, Sasha.
Language barrier.
Like, or
again.
thanks, Mercedes. Well, yeah. But that being said, Sasha Banks puts a whole new set of eyes on New Japan Pro Wrestling. A lot of people who probably never would have given New Japan or Stardom the chance ever, who were huge Sasha Banks fans in WWE, might consider watching Stardom now or watching New Japan Pro Wrestling now because of this.
You got that percentage, but then you also have a percentage of those fucking psychos who would criticize Mercedes. Yeah. No, who would criticize Mercedes of running away from the grind, like of WWE. Like, no, I only watch WWE. Please don't leave WWE. You betray me. Everyone here betray me. I fed up with this world.
Get yours, Mercedes. Get yours.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that on Twitter. But I've like I said, it's the Sasha diehards, the WWE diehards, and then just everyone else, I guess.
That would be us.
Well, also on last night or the other night, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Michael, I'm going to let you have first stab at this. What did you think of this match?
It was all right.
Oh, come on,
dude. No, okay,
come on.
All right, what can I fucking say? It's Kenny Omega. It's Will Ospreay. It's the fucking Tokyo Dome. Like that's 5 stars minimum right there, and they knew it, and like it exceeded my expectations. I'll say that. Like I was like,
definitely.
I was just like, okay, these guys. It's Omega Okada won. It was 5 years ago. Kenny Omega. Let's see if Kenny Omega still got it. Let's see if the level. But and boy, like I think we take for granted that like Kenny Omega is like 39 years old, and I dare somebody to tell me who is that level of athlete at his age, at that point of his career, considering the wealth of like matches he has had since Omega Okada won. It's unparalleled. Like tonight, like January 4th, like that Wrestle Kingdom match against Will Ospreay, like I gotta like say it. Kenny Omega, like he bunny hopped. He Terminator toe-paid Bryan Danielson to the number 1 spot in my opinion. Like that match alone just like solidified his top spot as like my favorite wrestler after I saw that. And just, like considering his entire career from that point, it's just like that match just fucking took my breath away. And big ups to Will Ospreay too. Like he was the absolute perfect opponent there as well. Like his selling, his bleeding, the way he just like his fiery babyface offense. It was a fucking masterpiece.
Well, that was the thing, is that he was the babyface in that match, and you knew from the second he came out to Elevated. Yeah. And I was just like, I love Will Ospreay again. I love you, Will Ospreay. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for anyone who takes offense to that out there. But it was a fucking great match, and I couldn't get over it from start to finish. Jose, you were even... See? Yeah, and we met Will Ospreay, and he was hungover.
Come on, thank you for the kind words, Michael. I'm still getting over that Chipotle burrito that they gave us.
Oh,
sorry.
Never get Chipotle.
Jose, you were talking about this match the other day about Kenny Omega in this match. What did you think of this match?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It does a light fire, a fire light underneath Kenny Omega's ass when he's in New Japan, when he's at Wrestle
the
Kingdom?
dome. The dome.
Is it New Japan? Is it Japan? He feels great at home. Is it Tony Khan maybe dumbing down Kenny Omega for the American
You
fans?
don't think he's capable of wrestling a match
get-
like that in North America? We've seen it plenty of times. Like,
I don't, dude. He hits different.
it's true.
In Japan,
It's true. I
too.
think. I honestly just. I mean, it's all the right factors.
From the entrance alone was 100 times better than anything. American.
Well, I mean, that was a very anything at Wrestle Kingdom, entrance at Wrestle Kingdom is going to
There's
be
a way to the
WrestleMania
Wrestle
type
Kingdom. Like,
entrance.
there's bonus points when you wrestle at the dome.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And no, the athleticism that he showed it's what I remember Kenny Omega as. The Kenny Omega I see in AEW is Kenny Omega light.
I mean, the trios matches, like those matches are fucking fantastic, but
They're fantastic,
you're only
but
seeing
it's
like
still lacking
a
that.
small amount of it.
It's still lacking that one-winged angel attempt from the top rope. What?
But what does that say about the American audience versus the Japanese audience? Is
Well, we're
my
an American
opinion.
audience,
But
right?
well, okay. How about this? How about this? Like, what does it say about the sustainability of Kenny Omega's style as a performer, like, on a weekly basis, in compared to your average New Japan schedule,
Sure.
where there could be gaps in between big matches? Like, he could wrestle like one match. If say that he only wrestles in New Japan, he'll probably he doesn't have to be there every week. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have a 360. It's not. They don't have to maintain a weekly schedule.
Okay, well, let's put it this way. When was the last time, or I shouldn't phrase it that way, there has not been one AEW or an American match that he's had on a major event, not a weekly basis, on a major event. There has not been one match that has reached top 10 out of all his matches.
In AEW?
Those in AEW, not one of his matches has reached his top 10 performances. Career-wise,
I think it's
everything has come from Japan.
And I think that just mostly boils down to quantity and also overall presentation. Like you have to mind for commercials, formatting, that.
No commercials on pay-per-view.
Of course.
Nick Jackson, you gotta always prepare for Nick Jackson in the match too. I mean, in a trios match, but
Right.
but either way,
Great match. I loved it. This is awesome.
You're absolutely right.
Match of the year candidate. Like, it's
definitely. I need to. You know what we need to do is write these down, so then when we have our end of 2023 episode,
We remember
already teasing it now.
January
long-term booking, son.
No, December 27th, Jose. Thank you very much. So, no, but Kenny Omega did defeat Will Ospreay to become the IWGP US champion.
He's a champion again.
To become
that's kind of crazy.
two-time.
That's kind of crazy for me to think that Kenny Omega just has a belt for that company he worked for 3 years ago. That really goes to show that partnership, I guess.
It really muddies the water on this Forbidden Door thing and the WWE relationship, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
You have an AEW talent holding one of their major titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has been rumored for weeks now that the kind of tensions with the Carl Anderson never open weight title situation with New Japan and WWE has been tense, to say the least.
Right.
But now it seems like with AEW and New Japan, they're just seemingly, let's throw your guy over here. He's been here before. He was our first U.S. champion. Let's make him the U.S. title again.
And guess who lost the title?
Will Ospreay?
No, Carl Anderson.
Oh, you're right. Yes. No, but it's a beautiful title too. I can never get over that title. So
I can never.
get over that title. Okay, now let's move
Remember
on.
when Carl Anderson
Okada
was like the biggest fucking deal for some goddamn reason? When he signed
no.
to New Japan, like when there was like actual fucking discourse when when Carl Anderson signed with WWE as he was wrestling for New Japan, and just the level of tribalism in regards for some people was like I did not have an opinion about it because like Like, are we really? Are we really wasting our time? With all due respect, but are we really just like spending our time thinking about the relevance of Carl Anderson? Like, this guy, he's had one good match in over a decade. And then he has ridden the coattails of that, his entire career. That and being semi-funny and being the elite.
You're talking about yes, Lemonface is very funny. You're talking about this year, right? Him signing back WWE.
The most recent one.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I think that really raised a lot of questions at that point. With a never openweight champion being signed to WWE, that was just, and them not just automatically taking the title.
That's fair.
Away from him.
It was also like under this new regime, or soon to be old regime, honestly, of WWE. Okay. This is how is this new quote unquote new regime of WWE? Are they treating this like situation? Are they just open and shut, forbidden door lock, burn the house down kind of thing, or we're just gonna let you wrestle and do the thing?
You know what that signing reminds me of? Forbidden door, right? It feels like Triple H stuck his foot while the door was closing.
He was trespassing.
Right into the door. When you do that, somebody's trying to slam the door. That's what Triple H did by signing him. He stuck his foot in the door before it closed.
He was like one of those people that, I don't want to say like those Jehovah's Witness people that would come up to your door back in the day, but the Jehovah's Witness people that come up to your door back in the day.
Now they just email you endlessly.
Yeah. So next,
guys, Joe Biden wants to talk to me. Me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you are a pretty influential person in this world. You are the resident.
I'm looking at the email right now. President Joseph Robinette Biden. I love to call you.
Does he want to talk to you about aviators?
No,
because I'll talk to him about aviators. I feel like you'd have some. All right. Also, another notable moment from the other night at Wrestle Kingdom 17 was Okada versus Jay White. Okada defeating Jay White to become the IWGP, was it World Heavyweight title? I can't remember what
heavyweight
this title is.
IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Cody's neck tattoo.
Yeah, the neck tattoo title, yeah. But see, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of in the same position we were a couple of years ago.
That belt looks like trash, yeah.
No, 2017. Was it 2017, 2018? We had the first IWGP U.S. title champion, Kenny Omega. Hiromu Takahashi was the light heavyweight title. And who was the champion? Kazuchika Okada.
Circle.
And it's just a full circle back to where we were.
Yeah, when New Japan was good.
You're right, but at the same time, it's like they haven't built any stars in that time.
That event, they definitely had some people in mind. Like that junior heavyweight 4-way. Like they clearly wanted Watto to be like, he didn't win, but they definitely wanted him to be the bridesmaid in that regard. And the tag match involving Shota Umino, Tanahashi, and Muda, like Umino got the pin there, so they want. That's clear that they want Shota Umino, and they're building something for Ren Narita, even though he lost. Like they're setting stuff up. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're not, they're not treading water.
Why is Shota Umino carrying a leather jacket around with him everywhere he goes when he's already wearing a leather jacket?
Because it's cool.
I like the fans. Hey.
Because it's cool.
Okay.
It's winter.
Sure, whatever. I'm going to move on from that because it just bothers me. Every time I see him carrying, I'm like, who? Just fucking wear the jacket. Wear the jacket or just put it fucking down. I don't know. To me, it's like this weird like nod to Jon Moxley, but at the same time, it's like, if you're not wearing it, then why are you just like carrying it to like, hey, here's my jacket that somebody else gave me. I'm a Death Rider. Woo! But I'm also kind of like this weird hybrid of Naito and Tanahashi.
There could be worse combinations.
Absolutely. Okay, so like I said, Okada defeating Jay White. Now, like we were talking about earlier, White's future in New Japan Pro Wrestling has come into question recently, and a lot of people have been speculating when Triple H has made mentions of people showing up in the Royal Rumble. He did whisper something, talking about Jay White, not Triple H, into Okada's ear after losing the match. Then cut to New Year's Dash. Jay White attacked Hikuleo and challenging him to a loser leaves Japan match. Yes, Hikuleo could lose the match and wrestle for New Japan Strong in the United States. Like, hey, Michael, you laugh, but Hikuleo would probably be a pretty suitable person right there next to like Filthy Tom Lawler and Fred Rosser. You don't think?
Oh no, I'm just stunned in silence at that very prospect. Like, I'm so fucking excited.
Well, because Hikuleo, he's just such a main event superstar. I mean, what can we say about that?
Hey, look,
but many has
Hikuleo. Give him give it like 2 months. If like the second Vince McMahon sees that guy,
yeah, cut to like the Vince falling out of the chair meme.
Yeah,
I mean, it almost did JR in when he was in that episode of Dynamite. It was like, oh ma. It's fair enough. He's fucking huge.
Gotta get him over here.
Huge.
He's a big guy.
Big hick.
But no, it's like
to call him.
To me, I think the way they were setting this up, and given this did happen at New Year's Dash before the reports of Vince McMahon plotting his fucking Joffrey return to the throne, to me it seemed like Jay White is leaving New Japan.
Well, yeah,
that's what it seems like they're setting up to me. What do you think,
Seth Rollins
Michael?
is injured, and he might as well just be their new Seth Rollins. They're basically the same guy.
Damn it. Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing, is that they are pretty much the same person. I don't know. In the Immortal,
okay.
like
I joke. I'm only kind of joking.
Come
they
on,
both have a goatee.
even Seth...
They're very athletic. They're very talented wrestlers. They both have a very methodical style, which is kind of
long. They have long dark hair.
I mean, and they also wrestle matches that are like way too. I don't want to say up its own ass, but way too long for its own for any right to be, which is how I kind of see. I mean, every Jay White main event match where like it's.
Come on, it's Jay White, baby. Jose, what do you think about Jay White in WWE? Do you think this is going to happen, or
you know what? 2 days ago, I would have thought it was going to happen. Now I'm thinking, hello Impact, hello AEW. It ain't happening in WWE with Vince coming back. I'll tell you that.
I want to discount his.
Oh yeah, no. He's.
But then I don't think he'd be. He'll probably be. He'll be pretty good in AEW.
Why is he named after a tool from the 50s? Switchblade. What is that?
But I think AEW.
Rename him. His name is now White.
I think AEW's pretty bloated as well, though. Like, I don't think. It's not a guarantee that Jay White will find success in AEW.
Not after Miro leaves. Once Miro leaves, there's plenty of space.
Do you think Miro's going to come back to WWE and Vince McMahon returning WWE? No.
Impact Mexico.
Or Andrade. Like, I mentioned these people before. Like,
yeah, no, definitely. Miro is definitely somebody, but here's the thing about Miro is like, and like you said, people like Andrade, they've all been kind of like doing this waiting game with their contracts, kind of waiting it out to go back to the Triple H regime.
It's also a style of Tony Khan's booking that he himself once said, where like he doesn't mind like putting roster members on the shelf because like creative has nothing for them. But then like I was just gonna say that, but like let's just slow the roll here. Let's let other people shine, and then we'll find something for you. And
yeah,
we only have so many spots to fill. We need the. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad we're talking about Tony Khan because AEW Dynamite this week had a few notable things happen. Mainly, this week's episode of AEW Dynamite saw Bryan Danielson defeat Tony Nese via submission. But it wasn't until after the match when AEW World Heavyweight Champion MJF came out to the ramp.
I don't think they say World Heavyweight Champion. I don't think there's actually a weight designation for... Does it?
Okay, so World Champion. Yeah. AEW World Champion. Came out to the ramp to cut a promo on the American Dragon. And after the two went back and forth about each other's mothers, MJF gave Bryan the challenge. He says, if you can go until February 8th, which is a very random date to me, 1 month before the pay-per-view at AEW Revolution in San Francisco.
The build-up, right?
He will become number one contender for the title and will be able to face MJF for the title. But then Bryan agreed to the stipulations, but also added that if he does make it until February 8th, that the match at Revolution will be a 60-minute Iron Man match. Michael, okay, are we going to be at the Chase Center for 8 to 10 hours?
I feel like it was gonna happen anyway, with or without an Iron Man match, honestly. But that's another story. The day of, I went when I was watching Dynamite on the East Coast feed and just came all over the Slack chat as soon as it got announced. It was a little. My immediate reaction was like, fuck yeah! I've only seen one Danielson. Bryan Danielson, who used to be my favorite wrestler. Now I get to watch him in a non-WWE light for 1 hour in a wrestling match, and I was, again, that very prospect is super exciting to me, but it dawned on me it's gonna be 1 hour. It's gonna be 1 hour. Jose, are you telling us that you're gonna run out of batteries soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna be running out of battery. But if
you
guys, I can't look.
We're having just move the laptop.
I can't.
If
Jose,
I
move the laptop is gonna be up on my face.
Well, good thing this is the last question. So.
Okay, good stuff.
But also, yeah, an hour-long matches are very, very, very. They're hard to perfect. Okay. Danielson, though, have faith in him.
The pay-per-view is going to be 5 hours alone, right? Without this match. Now be prepared for 6.
And the buy-in.
And the buy-in. Holy crap, we're going to be there all day. It's going to be like a day at work. 8 hour.
Well, either way, all three of us are going to be there at AEW Revolution.
How can we not?
Just send me the ticket today. I'm excited.
So, yeah, I mean, eat your edible right at the 20-minute mark of the Danielson match, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, well, I'm going to carry a multitude of edibles because this is going to be a marathon.
I've been to concerts and I've been to wrestling shows, but I've never been to a Warrior game at the Chase Center.
What?
I've seen the Killers.
I haven't been to.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I've seen Raw. Seen SmackDown. They're both the same thing. And I've seen the Killers, but then that's pretty much it. I know how to get. It's going to be really easy. It's been really easy to get there, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
The goal is right now to not die between now and March.
That's okay. Yeah. The thing you were saying, Michael, is that when you said a 1 hour Iron Man match, the part of me was like, okay, I'm supposed to like this. But
100%.
We're so spoiled. It's like quantity, my value is like the value of this thing is just gonna go up. But
I'm not gonna care about the match until at least about 45 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just like a playoff game. Like, it doesn't matter until
depends
the
on the story.
Quarter, the third.
Depends on the story of what they're like going to show. Like, who knows?
Yeah, and also I want a multiple falls match. I don't want this 0-0 going into minute 58.
Oh, God, no, that can't do it. I want multiple DQs. I want it to be 7-6. By the
that would
time
be awesome. Yeah,
but then think about that.
It's
just like it's like 5. It's going to be like 6 mini matches.
Yeah, well, I have a short attention span, so.
All right, gun to your head. Who wins
for me
right now?
MJF.
Jose,
what do you think?
When did MJF get the title? November?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is his second. This is his second defense.
Yeah.
Shit, MJF.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it was DBBD, whatever he's calling himself nowadays. But
you mean Bryan Danielson?
he's a.
You know what, Michael?
Bryan Danielson Senior.
This was supposed to be the end of the year show, and we've all been drinking. Okay, don't blame Jose.
You could make a case for Danielson winning this. Like,
you could
definitely could. Like, it doesn't. Like MJF's like thing about him being either the bidding war of 2024. It doesn't necessarily have to involve the title. It would make it more important, but I think just for the sake of predictability, I would if I were to book it right now. I feel like Danielson's got to get a huge win. I'd book Tony Khan he made it abundantly clear he had a choice between CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, and while the business that CM Punk gave to AEW is invaluable, I think from a quality standpoint, probably should have gave it to Danielson. I would have given it to Danielson, but then that's just me.
Well, CM Punk did let everybody know on his Twitter this week that, or on his Instagram this week, that he did push up sales in Ringside Collectibles and the YouTube views.
It's the saddest shit.
He wants back in so badly. It's kind of sad.
And he knows he can't make it in WWE, so he's grasping the straws.
I mean, Vince
will let CM Punk back in. Triple H, no. I could see CM Punk going back to a Vince WWE. I'm just saying right there.
But it took Vince so long to warm up again.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
All right.
It's only day 5, people.
Sean,
it's only the 5th day of the year.
Marty Jannetty, is that you?
6th day of the year, Michael. It's the 6th day of the
now
year.
It is.
Come
now
on.
it is. In the East Coast, yes.
We got about another hour, but technically, yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap it up here for today. Another wonderful year to start the year at City Wrestling Radio. We're gonna, we talked Wrestle Kingdom, MJF. I'm a little drunk, and yes, we will see you again. Not all three of us, but maybe sometimes all three of us whenever it happens. Me and Jose will be back next week talking about whatever happens.
All the happenings in your wrestling world.
Michael, do you got what do you got going on? Are you still twitching? Are you still twitching?
I'm still alive. Yes, I'm twitching.
Nothing to plug. You wanna plug something?
Hey,
or?
listen, Island 32 karaoke 9 until closing. I host that shit.
Tip your karaoke
in San
host.
Francisco, California.
Yes, only the ones in San Francisco. Don't tip the karaoke host in Oakland.
DM me
Venmo him. All right.
Get on the list.
What's the percentage? Right, the battery percentage right now, Jose?
We're at 6. We can hang out for a little bit longer.
Okay, then. All right, so never mind.
Money in the bank. No. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here.
For City Wrestlers 10 at the Rumble.
Well, we could talk about that next week.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. We got weeks that go before the Rumble, but for City Wrestling Radio, I'm Korey Smith.
I'm Jose Ocegueda.
My name's Michael Vergara.
And we'll see you next week. Take care. Have a wonderful evening or day, whatever. I don't know what you're into, but have a good one. Take care.
Drink
Bye.
your water.
Bye.